I have actually been fired by Alan Sugar.
Oh, there we are.
Right, OK. So why were you working for Alan Sugar?
I wasn't directly working for him. I was working for a catering company when I first left drama school, like a lot of good drama students, black trousers, white shirt, handing round the drinks and the canapes, and I turned too quickly and knocked 3 glasses of red wine, I remember everything, 2 glasses of white wine and 4 canapes down a lady's top.
And the lady was?
Angry.
Cross. I had no idea who he was until years later when I saw him on the telly, and I thought, that's the... who fired me.
So was he standing next to
Yes, yes, it was his do. He was the host of the do, and I was summarily dispensed of with.
Dispensed of or disposed with?
Dispersed.
Yeah.
Tossed off.
Thank you.
What was the name of the catering company?
Oh, God, Mayflower. Well done.
You were the one that remembered it.
Yes, I know.
It's good that he can pat himself on the back of it. Yeah. Well done.
It was
Martin
a long time ago.
Clunes. Well done. Yes. This is where I live. Well done.
So what? So she was cross, and he was standing next to her?
To be honest, she was just wet and dirty, as I remember, but he was... No, she was just busy with dealing with, worrying about her clothes, and his summary firing of me was a sort of display for her benefit as much as anything.
So he was right there, and he did it himself?
Yes.
And
Did he use his catchphrase?
He's a lovely man.
You fired. Did he do that?
You're thinking of Rocky Balboa, I think, aren't you?
You fired. You fired, Edwin. You fired.
Please, that's a very good Rocky Balboa, but doesn't he really sound a bit more like this? Hello, very much. Hello, time.
What did he actually say to
Oh,
you?
God, I can't remember. There was anger, there was shouting. He didn't swear, but he made me look stupid. But cunningly, I already looked stupid. So I thought it didn't really hurt.
Right, David.
Richard, what's all you?
Mayflower came so swiftly, it was brilliant.
I think Mayflower sounds very much like a sort of outside catering company.
But do you think that if you're the guest who's been spilt all over, wet and dirty, that he would have turned round and said, you're fired?
It's a very nasty thing to do, because it's only an accident.
And you were 20.
You were full of apologies at this moment.
Of course I was full of apologies. I had some spillage on me, but I didn't, bang on
Didn't
about
blame her.
that.
That was probably a wise course not to go, what are you doing, you stupid bitch? Standing right in my way!
He's telling the truth.
You think he's telling the truth?
I think he is telling the truth.
What do you
But
think?
he is a brilliant actor.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, he's
You
an
are.
actor. I mean, with the greatest respect, we're not talking about Robert De Niro, are we? It's Martin Clunes. I mean...
Is he going to do Robert De Niro now?
I can't do him.
Go on, have a stab.
Have I got Pacino for you?
No, I said Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro.
Come on, cocky.
That's all I can do.
That was a monkey. Robert De Niro as a monkey. He's very versatile. He could do a monkey that well.
What's that? Al Pacino? OK. Tom
You're Robert
Jones?
De Niro, that's it, with longer arms.
No, Al Pacino is... OK, Pacino, OK? What do you got?
That's Columbo.
Yes!
Actually, to be fair to him, when you stand up, it is a very good Ronnie Corbett.
Yeah.
So who's guessing, if that ends up in the show, I'm gone. Come on, everybody, let's have a guess.
Well, I think you instinctively think it's true.
I'm going to go with true.
Well, I haven't got a clue. So...
I can only go with Fern.
well,
Can
I think...
you?
Yes. Let's go with
Lovely.
you.
OK, we're going with Fern, and you're saying that it's true? Martin Clunes, our greatest living actor. Were you telling the truth, or were you telling a lie?
I was telling a porcupine.
Possession. Right. pick it up first. Steady. This is a prototype invention of mine that I'm hoping to release one day.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Brydon's World of Magic.
Teams, questions?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, it's a TV aerial for the bath, isn't it?
On first inspection, you'd think so. It's actually not.
Don't tell us, let us guess what it is.
All right, try and guess what it is.
Can you demonstrate how you would use it and see if we can
Yes.
guess? Yeah, please do.
Can I come out? Is
Well, you
now a
did-
good
you did-
time?
you did. He's cleaning something. Oh.
Oh,
Footprints, he's
painting.
cleaning
Painting.
footprints,
You're
is he?
painting.
Oh.
Painted a dotted circle.
He's doing
I haven't finished.
Hang on, he's painted a circle or has he cleaned the circle?
He's patting children on the head.
Incidentally, I've just remembered something. This isn't a mime show. Tell us what you were doing.
It's a thing for kids. I've got a lot of children, and it's an idea I came up with, and it's just a big kind of painting stick. It's just a silly painting stick. I'm very interested, actually, to know what you think, Deborah.
I think it's
£5 grand, that's all I need.
Oh, you just need £5 grand. Anybody? Anybody?
I think probably
No, you in particular.
Oh, me.
You're quite well known for being rich.
Quite seriously, all
Do
jokes
you know how
aside...
you get rich?
Probably not like that.
Deborah,
investing in things
Deborah,
like that,
stop
no.
talking to the idiot at the end.
Oh, sorry.
Talk to this idiot.
Yeah,
Seriously? Oh, don't buy into that.
What do you mean don't buy into
Don't
it?
buy into that.
No, not this. Buy into this. Don't buy into
You've
that.
been rubbish on Dragon's Den. See this? Don't buy into that.
Don't buy into this.
Deborah, what do you think? Seriously, what do you think?
Seriously,
Seriously.
what do I
It
think?
wouldn't be wood, like this is a prototype. It would be a gaily coloured plastic, maybe with some kind of laminate cover on it with zigzag. Kids
Would it
love
be nothing
zigzags.
like that?
No, it'd be quite a lot like this.
Can you imagine if you asked for a Nintendo Wii and Dad came home with that? There's not much you can do apart from do circles, though, is there?
Yes, there's plenty you can do.
That's a... You can do that with a normal sponge.
With this invention, you can do this.
Yeah? Another... Oh, you mean another one of those circles you were telling us about?
But is it a circle, Lee?
Well, it's starting to become a circle, yeah.
You think it's a circle? Wait a minute.
It looks like it.
Oh, hello. Do you know what? I'm in. I am in.
Suddenly. What would you call it?
4 sponges on a stick.
Rob's colourful stick.
Hey! Hey, I'm not falling for this again.
Right, what are you going to say?
I've seen a lot of inventions.
Yes.
That's
That's not even an invention.
one of them.
I'm going to be maverick here, and suddenly I think it's a good idea. No, I do.
It is a good idea. Seriously, it's great fun.
I'm starting to look forward to actually borrowing that and playing with my kids with it.
What are you going to say?
I say that I think Rob is mad enough to think that's a good idea, and we should say that's true.
You're saying it's true. David Mitchell, what is your team saying?
Rubbish. Absolute rubbish.
Do you think it's a lie?
A lie.
He's mad enough to have come up with that, I think.
My instinct is that it's a lie.
OK, you say it's a lie. You say it's true.
Yeah.
It's actually a lie.
I once caused the Hadron Collider to be shut down after I spilt yoghurt in it.
Do you know what? I believe it already. David's team.
Paint the picture of a day working at the Collider.
Not literally, we'll be here all
You
night.
know, what's the sort of access point of the Collider like? I'm imagining it's like a room with computers in. I don't imagine people are sort of wandering around the actual tube bit, finding a little corner to have lunch.
During construction, then, of course,
right.
you had to go in. And I was responsible for a bit that's about 420 metres from the point at which we create the big bangs. And so I was in there, and you test bits when it's all done. And I was in there in the morning, having my yoghurt. You're not supposed to. Swiss health and safety.
the ladies, doesn't it?
And
I love what you're drinking.
someone went past me on a bike,
Yeah.
because you have to ride bikes or
A
anything, and
long
nudged
way
my
round.
arm, and I spilt the yoghurt onto an electrical connection.
And this was during construction?
Yes. Well,
So-
during the testing of my piece.
So it didn't all have to be shut down, just a...
No, just an octant. We can shut it down in eighths.
Right. And
I think he knew what an octant was.
yeah.
It's for you. It's for me.
Can I ask you a technical question?
Yeah.
What flavour was the yoghurt?
It was one of those Swiss, like, rather flavourless Swiss yoghurts.
So there are people in there on bikes.
Yeah, because it's 27 kilometres in
So they go around on bikes inside.
Yes.
Sounds like Centre Parks.
And you're sitting... Which part of it did you drop the yoghurt into or onto?
There are pieces called... I'm going to go into chat-up mode again now. called superconducting cables. That, if you cool them down to about 1.9 Kelvin, so 1.9 degrees of absolute zero, then they become superconducting, have no electrical resistance and can carry currents of up to 13,000 amps in wires of a very small cross-section.
So in layman's terms, is it a wire?
Yeah.
Did you get yoghurt on a wire?
It's niobium. It's niobium tungsten alloy.
Sorry?
It's a niobium tungsten alloy.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's not a brilliant wire.
As David well knows, because they're superconducting, they can
I
carry...
might well know as well.
They can carry very high
Flirting with each other, I know as well. Tell me, you bitch!
I'm very flattered by it, but you know, I did history. You know, I know that Hitler's dead, and that's it.
And, Professor, how long was it closed down for?
About 3 months.
3 months? As a result of what you did?
We had to replace that piece of the,
Oh,
of the
my
machine.
God.
That was
quite expensive.
How much do they reckon that cost?
That's why I'm on telly now trying to work off the debts. Why do you think I'm doing this? I don't
know.
I'm in Geneva if I had any respect left at all.
They said, get out there! Get out there, whore yourself around. He's just come from hole in the wall.
Did you own up straight away, or did you say, he hit me, nudge me?
I
on the bike.
I had sticky up hair and a completely sooty face. I couldn't get it. I couldn't deny it.
You went to the fancy
Did you then take your goggles off?
Did you take them off and did you go, Marty, we gotta get to the DeLorean? So, David, let's take a guess. What do you think?
3 months, that's a big... I just wonder whether he'd be ready to bring it up on a comedy show.
So, with that in mind, what are you going to say?
I think it's a lie.
Well, I'm just in awe of the sciencey stuff. And if he says he dropped yoghurt on a wire, then he dropped yoghurt on a wire.
Is it a lie?
I think it's a lie.
I think it's a lie. You think it's true?
I think it's true. What can I say?
Well, let's be democratic and say it's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie. OK, Professor Brian Cox, is it the truth or were you telling a lie?
It was a lie.
Well done. It was a lie.
I got Wella the dog drunk on the set of EastEnders.
David's team, is she telling the truth?
Right, what was the...
What's EastEnders?
Thank you. Excellent. What's the alcohol in question? What were you... Vodka.
How much vodka? It was just, you know, like a small glass.
That's small, is it?
Small glass of vodka.
So the glass, it was one of those small, round, like, flat-bottom little glasses.
Just a glass, basically. You just described a glass.
How did you get it in his mouth? No, I didn't put it in his mouth. We put it in his bowl. But...
He thought it was water?
Yeah.
How far through it did he get before he realised it wasn't water?
Bowl.
I would have thought at some point in the drinking process, as a dog, you're going to go, something here is different.
Also, if you're a dog and you're used to drinking water and then you smell your bowl, it's full of vodka, you think, well, this smells like a girl from Birmingham. It's clearly not water.
Smell, that's it. That's what dogs do all the time.
Exactly.
Why have you got a bottle of vodka on the set of EastEnders? No, we didn't have a bottle of vodka. We just had a glass of vodka. It's not anymore, but when we first started working there, all of the bottles of drink in the pub were real alcohol.
That strikes me as a flawed policy.
Not then. Now you couldn't have it, health and safety, but then there was real drink in the pub.
Is that why Den was so dirty? Because everyone was just pissed.
The vodka's sufficiently diluted with the water that the dog doesn't notice. And
Yeah.
presumably the whole place is sticky of booze anyway, with all the pissed-up actors forgetting their lines.
Just noticed that he went a little bit funny and he laid down. It wasn't like he was, like, punching people in the face. You know, he did get really worried because he kind of did lay down. He was very quiet and a bit like when he died, so we knew he could do that.
I've got to be honest, I think it's true, because it's the sort of thing I do. I see what happens.
So what are you going to say?
Do you think it's...
I think if you haven't at some point tried to make a dog drunk, you're not normal.
I think we think that almost anyone, given enough time sitting in the same room with some vodka and a dog, will either put the vodka in the dog or the other way round. So we're saying true, I think.
Yeah, saying it's true.
Yeah.
OK, Patsy Palmer, is it the truth or is it a lie?
It's a lie.
It is a big, big lie. Patsy did not get Wellard the dog drunk on the set of EastEnders. Of course, Bianca was there when Wellard was put to sleep after eating a chocolate. She held him in her arms, sobbing as he died. And Patsy, they don't give Oscars for soap operas, but if they did, they'd have given one to Wellard, wouldn't they?
I recite my times tables every night before bed.
Why?
Because I've always been rubbish at maths. It just doesn't go in my head. My brain doesn't compute that way. And I can learn loads and loads of lines if I'm acting, but I've never been able to get my times tables in. And I thought, before I die, I want to be able to do my times tables. And also, when you go to a sale and you go shopping, when it says 75% off a dress or 40%, I can't work that out. I know it's thick and I feel embarrassed because I'm sitting next to you and you've got a degree.
I'm a famous mathematician. Actually, my secret identity is percentage man.
But I thought, I don't want to die and not be able to do my times tables.
Could you recite them now, then?
Before I go to bed, my husband lies next to me and I say, I do them, and then I say,
It's
right,
nice to see the
fire them
romance,
at
isn't
me.
it? I tell you what, dear, it's cold in the valleys, isn't it? Don't worry, I've got a game that'll cheer us up.
What'd you start? What's the first one? It's not your 2 times table, is it?
Yeah,
Oh, my
it is.
goodness.
I've gone as far as about my 6, and I get to 7. Don't go in.
What's 7 times 5?
I'm gonna. Oh God, this is so embarrassing.
35.
35. That is why I'm doing it. That's why I'm learning them.
Yeah, but you might have dyscalculus like me, so you're not thick.
Have what?
Dyscalculus, same as dyslexia, so that's what I've got.
Oh, yeah, right.
That is.
I've got shorterless.
Well, that's true.
Don't you come round here giving it any of that, sweetheart. You'll be barred from this bloody pub, all right?
But that is true, you might have that. You're not thick.
Oh,
If there are
yeah.
any kids watching, you're not thick if you can't add up.
Well, you're a bit thick, aren't you?
Well, I mean, it's a bit late, isn't it?
You're not bright, let's put it like that.
Do you do it every single night without fail? Even if you come in really pissed, you still do it? You're getting on the times table?
Yeah, I still try to do it, yeah.
How bad does if there's a dress for 80 quid and it says 50% off, will you struggle?
Right, well, this is right. No, that would be £40, wouldn't it? But I've got to check with you when I say it. I can't just say straight off.
What I often find, actually, is in shops, when they take a percentage off the original price, they will also tell you the subsequent price. It's quite a minority of shops make you work it out. If you get it wrong, that's what you pay. Even if it's less than they wanted to charge. They go, I hope we don't get one of those dyscalculus people in. I thought it was 50p. How to sell it to me.
So, Lee, what are you going to say? Is she telling the
What
truth?
have you cracked? Which one do you think you've...
I've cracked 1, 2, 3,
Whoa.
4, 5, 6.
Do you mean you've learned how to count? OK, you've cracked the ones, What's the twos?
And I cracked 7 the other night.
Right, give us the 7 times table.
But I can't do it now, I can't remember it. 1 7 is 7. Oh, foul, this is like my worst nightmare. 1 7 is 7, 2 7s are 14, 3 7s are 21, 4 7s are 28, 5 7s, now this is where all foul. 5 7s are 35, 6 7s are 42, 7 7s are 40, right, this is 49, 49, 8 7s are 54, 52.
Higher.
56.
Okay.
What was that? 9 7s are 56, 10 7s are 70, 11 7s are 77, 12 7s are 84, 88, 92.
Right, so...
Don't talk! It's not the Jeremy Kyle show! It's 7 times table!
I think this could be a cracking new round.
Lee, is it the truth?
I think it's a lie.
Why do you think it's a lie?
Why would anybody do that at night? That's the last thing you need before you go to bed.
I think it's true.
Patsy thinks it's
Patsy's
true.
going to stick on true.
We'll go with Patsy, though.
All right, then, so, Joe, truth or lie?
That is true.
Yes, it's true. Actually, Joe, I've got a mental arithmetic problem for you. If you take one husband and recite multiplication tables at him 7 nights a week, how many divorce lawyers will he need?
I once had to ask Michael Winner to calm down after I crashed into his car.
David.
Right. Was this... At the time when you asked him to calm down, had his brilliant Eshaw campaign already hit our screens and so it, seemed like an apposite thing to say? Or was this years ago, an angrier Michael Winner who still had a film career?
I think it was before the adverts.
Right, so maybe that's what gave him the idea.
Quite possibly.
What car was he driving?
He was driving a Bentley.
What colour?
I don't know, it was dark.
Well, it was at night or it was a dark Bentley?
Both. It was dark, that's why it blended in.
Right.
That's why I hit him.
Are you sure he had a car at all?
Well, you mean I just hit him up the arm?
Well, he was once a very large man.
What was your car?
I was in a Vauxhall Cavalier.
And where did the crash happen?
Yes.
It was Kensington High Street in London.
Who was in the car with him?
No one, I think.
He was driving himself?
He was driving himself, yeah.
Describe the whole incident.
It was raining and it was dark and I braked. And the guy in front of me braked very suddenly and I went into the back of him.
So you both get out of the car. At this point, you're presumably quite surprised to see that it's Michael Winner.
I started laughing.
Right. Yeah, what was his response?
He said, that bumper's about £1,000. Then Michael Winner got out of the car. He said, I agree with the first chap. I started laughing, and he just said, this isn't very funny. And I said, I think it is.
Did you exchange all the details?
I think I gave him my details. I don't think he gave
Did you
me
include the OBE in your details?
Didn't have one at the time.
This was pre-decoration.
Was it this incident that led to your being awarded the OBE? Because I think he should have got a knighthood.
Well...
You have to kill him for that.
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't have a passenger with him because he's very friendly with Michael Caine. I was driving down the road when we felt a prang in the arse. I looked around. Who do you bloody think it was? Only Sanjeev Bhaskar, pre-decoration. What do you think, David's team?
Michael Winner does have a driver, always talks about the driver in his reviews.
Well, you think it's true?
Well, I'm so gullible. I think, yes. Oh, did it? Oh, really?
You think it's
well,
a
it
lie?
happened.
It's a lie.
There's something about he would have a chauffeur or someone else in the car. So, on the basis I have the casting vote, I'm going to say lie.
Saying that it's a lie.
Yeah.
OK. Sanjeev Bhaskar, OBE. Are you telling the truth or telling a lie?
I'm telling the truth.
Whoa. Yes. It's true. Sanjeev did once have to ask Michael Winner to calm down after he crashed into his car. It was a serious accident, but a couple of good panel beaters and some light touching up, and Michael looked as good as new.
I developed a word association system to remember people's names, but gave it up when it backfired on me.
David.
What was the word association system?
That I developed?
To help remember people's names.
It was...
Jack, you've just got a bit of fluff on you.
Thank you very much.
Keep thinking, son.
What I do is I attach a quality to someone and then try and relate that quality to the person's name.
So, just for example,
so,
what would that be?
So, Jason Manford, if I think Jason and the Argonauts, and that would perhaps... And then next time I'll see you, I'll think... Argonauts will make me think of Jason.
What's Argonaut like about Jason?
For instance, Jason the Argonauts, I might therefore J and Argonaut gives me Juggernaut.
Right.
And you look to me like a lorry driver.
Right.
So, therefore, I would think lorry driver Jason.
And then when you next meet him, you say, "Hi, Yorkie, how are you?"
It has been known to backfire.
Which is where we come to the hilarious backfiring anecdote.
Oh, that was a bad one. We met someone on holiday, and his name was Charles, and he wore very big sunglasses, like only a blind person would wear. And so I thought, that's brilliant, Ray Charles, because I will remember. I'll remember from the sunglasses, and therefore I will get Charles. And then so next year when we go, I can confidently say, hello, Charles. But it didn't work, because 12 months later, and you've slightly forgotten what you'd set up as a system. So he walks in, I go, hello, Stevie.
Where did you meet him? Where was it?
On the holiday.
Where was it?
In Holidayville.
Just in Dorset. It was in Dorset.
And what? So you were in a pub. You were in a pub, and he walked over, and you went, Stevie.
He came out. Yeah, it was the following year, and I saw him again.
Did he live round there?
Where were you sat?
No, he was a fellow holiday maker.
So, and you developed a sort of mild acquaintanceship with a man whose name you could barely remember, but planned to holiday with him again.
No, there was no plan involved, David. We didn't get together and say, are you going to be here next year? Yes, are you?
But you obviously thought it was a possibility, because you already had a plan for remembering his name.
I perhaps didn't explain correctly that I'd seen him the previous year at the same place and not known his name.
So now he's 3 years on the
So for 3 years, you and Charles holidayed with metronomic regularity at the same place in Dorset. You kind of escaped
well, that's
the man.
not so unusual. People tend to frequent the same place for holiday.
Year one, you see him, but you don't exchange names. And then year two, you learn his name.
To clarify this point, year one, there's no reason why I would know his name, because I hadn't been introduced to him.
No. There's no reason for you to know his name at all.
Year two, I had forgotten his name, but endeavoured to remember it for the third year.
Right. All right, David. Is that the truth, or is it part of Jack's impish sense of fun and a lie?
I think it's the truth.
Dear, I think it's a lie.
I think it's true. I think I'm going to go for true.
Fine, that's all right.
You know.
You're saying true?
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's the team decision. OK. Jack D.
It was true.
Oh!
Hey.
That's me. Very good, well done. Don't believe me.
It's true. Jack did develop a word association system to remember people's names, but gave it up when it backfired on him.
I had a job as a postman, but left after a week because I couldn't ride the bike.
B-Mac, what do you think?
When was this?
When I was a student.
Oh, not just after this morning.
Did they provide a bike, or did you have your own bike?
They provide a bike.
And you couldn't ride it?
No.
Why couldn't you ride it?
Because the basket on the front that you put the letters in doesn't turn when you turn the handlebars, so you think you're probably going straight on, but you're not. You're trying to turn right, and you think, I'm scared, and then you fall off.
Sorry, what decade are we talking
Basket
about? Basket on the front?
How old were you at the time?
18, so 1933.
She's exaggerating.
34, OK.
My wife has a bike with a high basket at the front. Sometimes I'll pop up, you know. pop up into the basket, you know. Doing Ronnie Corbett. And I pop up and admire the view. As you were.
So you lasted a week.
Good.
You lasted. Don't encourage him. I'm just glad that basket wasn't big enough to fit Terry Wogan in. Don't. So, how long? You're a week. Just 1 week. No.
Oh, feel it coming on. Now, are you edging anywhere closer to
suicide? Yeah. What did you do after that? What was your next job?
Fern.
You seem to be stuck. Your face went to screensaver then.
Oh, just jiggle my mouse, I'll come back.
Oh, I'll do it.
I worked in a sweet shop.
So what are you going to say?
Martin thinks it's true.
Martin thinks it's true.
Yeah.
Are you basing that on anything than a 50-50 guess?
I'm basing it because I didn't think it was when you started. You seemed hesitant, but then the confidence and the fullness of your answers convinced me.
I have to say that's probably the most polite answer we've had on the show so far. The bit I don't understand is how the basket doesn't go the same way as
Well, that's what she didn't understand. That's what let her down over the whole arrangement, was the faulty bloody bicycle.
Go on, go with your science.
You think it's not true?
No.
OK, it's time to make a guess.
Well, what do we think? What was your...
I've told you!
Well, I didn't listen.
Jesus, this is dragging on, isn't it?
You were a bit like Doc Martin then when you got a bit cross,
Was
weren't you?
I?
Yeah. We saw that side of him, didn't we? It was quite exciting. It was like watching Doc Martin without having to watch it. I liked you in Inspector Morse. Do you remember when you went, "You're a damn fool, Morse"? Do you remember that?
I also called him Cheese Inspector, but I said it really quickly, so and they left it in. Cheese Inspector? I used to do requests for friends when I got a job. I called Lovejoy Love Juice as well.
Did you?
Love Juice.
Really? Let's take a guess then.
I think it's true.
You think it's true?
Yeah, I don't think it's true.
I have to make the decision then, so I'll go with Sanjeev and say that that is not true.
You think it's not true? You think it's a lie? OK, so, Fern Britton, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
It's true.
Yes, it's true. Fern did have a job as a postman, but she left after a week because she couldn't ride the bike. Part of the problem is that the wheels on a post office bike are larger than normal. That's according to a spokesperson. That is a beauty.
Possession.
Now take out a small box underneath the desk there. Have a look inside and show us what's there.
Smooth bit. This is my special travel dressing gown. I'm contractually obliged to finish the card. It's the one item I always pack when I go on holiday.
Could you, first things first, could we have the full modelling of the dressing gown, please?
Give us a nice twirl.
Oh.
Can we smell it?
I think you should come out here, David, so we can see. Enjoy the space. Well, he's having trouble putting it on. It's,
Well, he's not abroad, he's confused.
Have you forgotten the cord?
The cord is missing.
Just hold it as though it were done up so we get a proper idea.
Do you mind smoking a pipe and solve a crime?
Oh, I'd love that.
Can I ask, Dave, where did you get it from?
1924.
I think it's from Marks and Spencer's.
Is it? What did you say it's my special travel dressing gown?
Yes. I don't know if travel dressing gown is a technical term, but I have two dressing gowns. This is one. The other is a thicker toweling dressing gown, which takes up more space in a suitcase.
Do you take pyjamas? Do you wear anything under it, or...?
Yes, I usually...
I feel sick.
What I don't do is I don't tend to wear it over, you know, like normal clothes like this.
This is like the worst sexy chat line I've ever rang up in my life. I'm naked under here.
To be honest, Lee, I don't know why you come into so many encounters with me expecting arousal.
Does that go with you at any trip or certain trips?
No, only if I'm going to stay the night somewhere.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. I didn't even walk around Dixon's in it.
I'd like you to take a guess, please. Is he telling the truth or is he constructing a lie?
Patsy?
True.
You think it's true?
Yeah.
Chris?
Based on the design of the dressing gown and his demeanour, I think they fit.
So, Lee, what's it going to be?
I'll go with my team. So
You're
that's
say it's true.
Yeah.
David Mitchell, is it true or is it a lie?
It is true.
Yes, it's true. That is David's special dressing gown.
It's just a dressing gown. It's a nice special dressing gown. Like, I think it's got a personality.
It's David's special dressing gown.
You are never going to get away from that now. Everyone who sees this show will look at you and see that forever.
Basically, my entire image has been destroyed by this show. I was like a cool guy who was into music and modern art before this show, before all the stuff about dressing as an 18th century nobleman and having a little bell came out. The travel dressing gown is just the tip of the iceberg. OK. As a child, I had a special way of communicating with Captain Kirk during Star Trek episodes.
True. On we go.
What do you reckon?
And that special way was?
I had two ways of communicating with Captain Kirk. One was with a little calculator that, when you it had a sort of leatherette case, and when you flipped it open, it was, to my child's eyes, uncannily identical to a Star Trek communicator of the old sort. We're talking pre-nipple punch.
You do this, David.
I know it's more sort of.
Yeah, no. It would open with, it would go, and then it would go, and you press the button, Kirk to Enterprise, and it would go.
Oh, yes, that's a secondary noise.
Just a question. Did you two ever have girlfriends?
Yeah.
No, I didn't, in all honesty. As a child, did you?
No.
No. It was a great noise, wasn't it?
Yeah. Very comforting.
It was, yeah.
That kept me company. Who needs people?
Exactly.
And what was the second way?
The second way was I would sort of converse a bit with the characters on the screen while it was happening. So join in, slip in. Oh, that's good thoughts, Captain Kirk, etc. Don't interrupt me, Spock. I'm talking.
Do you know the characters, the famous Star Trek?
Yeah.
There's
Uhuru, what is she called?
Uhuru,
yeah.
Sulu. Chekhov.
Bones, yes.
McCoy, actually, properly.
Rob, have you ever refereed anything before? You make a terrible referee at football. Why don't you try kicking it in the top left?
Right, what are you going to say then, Lee? What do you think?
It's the bit that rings most true, actually, about all of this was when he went, I flipped it open. Because I remember those calculators. They used to have a little thing.
There's no doubt,
And did you do the old thing where it spells boobies when you turn it upside down? You didn't know what they were. OK, so...
Is David telling the truth, Lee? What do you reckon?
Right, OK. Do we believe David, as a small child, would be so lonely and sad that he would have to use his
calculator? Yes,
Okay.
yes, we do, yeah.
You're saying it's true?
We're saying it's true.
You sure? OK. David, is it true or is it a lie?
I prefer the word imaginative to lonely, but yes, it's true.
Yes, it's true. As a child, David did have a special way of communicating with Captain Kirk during Star Trek episodes. David particularly liked Leonard Nimoy. That odd life form obsessed with logic would tune in each week to watch Mr. Spock.
Oh, yes.
Right. I once undertook a self-help course entitled How to Become Taller.
Very hurtful, that laughter, I thought, Ronnie. Very hurtful.
Was it a step-by-step guide?
It was. No, it was a little routine I had to perform every morning against the wall, stretching up. and with a pin in the wall.
Oh, it was literally taller, not just to make you feel.
Oh no, to
confident.
really make me.
This is
taller.
going to make you taller.
I'm talking about the real business, making me taller, and saying every day, and in every way, I'm getting taller and taller.
Can I ask you a question? Did you keep the receipt?
Was this done once you were of maturity, or was it when you were an adolescent and still possibly might grow?
I was about sort of 14 or 15.
Oh,
yes,
right.
And it was bought by my aunt,
right,
who was perhaps more worried about my size than I was.
Yeah.
And so she subscribed to it.
How tall were you at 14?
A little bit taller than I am now.
This is a great book you bought, isn't it?
But surely at 15 you can still have a growth spurt. Like, Julian, you're pretty tall. Like, how old were you when you reached the height you are now?
Well, I shot up when I was 15.
What are you doing?
Slow.
Were you older than 15 when you were...
I was about 18, I suppose.
So to worry about your nephew not being tall at 14 or 15, that's quite premature to get concerned about someone's height.
But boys do usually shoot up at about 14 or 15, don't they?
I never shot up. My parents kept telling me about my cousin Gethin, who he shot up when he was 22, he got ages yet. And
yeah.
it was I peaked at a very disappointing 5'7", which is...
I can't believe in front of Ronnie you're saying a very disappointing...
I was about to say.
His feelings!
I know. It's so upsetting. That's even more upsetting. When did you get out of short trousers into long trousers?
Oh, what time is it now? So what do you think? Is Ronnie telling the truth?
In the context of, what was that, the 40s, when you were a teenager?
The 1944, 42,
yeah.
41, 42.
Sort of
I
thing
don't
people
think
might
people
have
have money
believed.
to spend on self-help, but during the war, they're not going to spend time worrying about how tall people are.
Well, you'd think that'd be the time
exactly when you worry about we need to be taller than the enemy.
Having said that, it would have been annoying if they'd have made you grow an extra 6 inches, sent you in the war, got in the trench, and your head was sticking out. That would have been very annoying, wouldn't it?
Now, you've got to get a grip here, Lee, and make a decision.
I think we should go for... You're saying truth. Holly, how sure are you?
I'm definitely sure you're not... That's not true. I'm sure... I don't know.
Yeah, you've answered the question, sweetheart. I'll go with Julian.
OK, you're saying it's true. So, Ronnie Corbett, is it the truth, or were you telling a lie?
It is the truth.
It's true. Ronnie did once undertake a self-help course entitled How to Become Taller. Of course, lacking height is no obstacle to success. I can think of loads of short people who've become household names. There's Ronnie, of course, and then there's Sleepy, Grumpy, Happy, Dozy, Sneezy, Ant and Deck.
Bit pointless putting them on, wasn't it?
I recently had my house exorcised after several weird occurrences spooked me.
Exorcised? But who by? By
a priest.
a priest of what church?
Oh, I don't know. There was... I was put onto him by somebody else who'd had the same or similar problem.
Internet Church of Dodgy.
The internet.
Yeah. What happened that made you want an exorcist? Was it ectoplasm or poltergeist or what?
No, things were moving around the house. Furniture was moving. I'd go to bed and get up in the morning and furniture would be moved and...
So what procedure did the man who came to exercise... Was it a man that came to...
It was.
How was he dressed?
I don't know the exact... He was dressed in black and a dog collar and...
So kinky.
No, I don't know exactly what he did because we had to leave the house. We spent a bit of time in the house and then we had to leave the house.
Can I ask you what they charged?
He didn't charge anything.
Really?
No.
It's a good job, because if you couldn't afford to pay the bill, they'd come back and repossess your house. I'm not going to lie, I'm taking tomorrow off.
I don't know whether I enjoyed the joke more or your look of pride.
Once the priest had performed this exorcism, Deborah, was there a difference? Did it work?
It felt instantly different, yeah.
And things stopped moving?
Things stopped moving.
As the ghost left the house, did it just turn around and go, I'm out?
So do you believe in ghosts, then?
Well, I didn't, to be honest, I didn't. And I wasn't sure it was going to work. But there was definitely something going on in our house.
Worth giving it a try.
Worth giving it a try.
I would remind you that Bernard has travelled in the TARDIS, so if anybody here has knowledge of odd things going on... I mean, he's literally travelled through time and relative dimensions in space.
And by literally, you, of course, mean fictionally.
You have to spoil it, don't you? You're telling me next the Wombles were made up as well. They were wonderful, the Wombles. What are those guys doing now? You never see them
They're moving
anything else.
furniture now, the Wombles.
Are they? Maybe it was Wombles. Maybe it was. David, what are you going to say?
What do you think, Bernard?
I actually believe in that sort of moving things about, so I'm not quite sure.
Patrick?
It's true.
So what are you saying, David?
Well, you think it's true?
True, yeah.
And you think it's true?
Yeah.
I think it's true. I think it's true.
You're going to say true. The team is united in truth. OK.
Yes.
Deborah Meaden, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
A lie.
I have actually been fired by Alan Sugar.
Oh, there we are.
Right, OK. So why were you working for Alan Sugar?
I wasn't directly working for him. I was working for a catering company when I first left drama school, like a lot of good drama students, black trousers, white shirt, handing round the drinks and the canapes, and I turned too quickly and knocked 3 glasses of red wine, I remember everything, 2 glasses of white wine and 4 canapes down a lady's top.
And the lady was?
Angry.
Cross. I had no idea who he was until years later when I saw him on the telly, and I thought, that's the... who fired me.
So was he standing next to
Yes, it was his do. He was the host of the do, and I was summarily dispensed with.
Dispensed of or disposed with?
Dispersed.
Yeah.
Tossed off.
Thank you.
What was the name of the catering company?
Oh, God, Mayflower. Well done.
You were the one that remembered it.
Yes, I know.
It's good that he can pat himself on the back a bit. Yeah. Well done.
It was
Martin
a long time
Clunes.
ago.
Well done. Yes. This is where I live. Well done.
So what? So she was cross. He was standing next to her.
She was just wet and dirty, as I remember. But he was. No, she was just busy with dealing with, worrying about her clothes, and his summary firing of me was a sort of display for her benefit as much as anything.
So he was right there and he did it himself?
Yes.
And
Did he use his catchphrase? He's a lovely man.
You fired. Did he do that?
Like thinking of Rocky Balboa, I think.
You fired. You fired. You fired, Edwin. You fired.
Please, that's a very good Rocky Balboa, but doesn't he really sound a bit more like this? Hello, very much. Hello, time.
What did he actually say to
Oh, God, I can't remember. There was anger, there was shouting. He didn't swear, but he made me look stupid. But cunningly, I already looked stupid. So it didn't really hurt.
Right, David.
I think Mayflower sounds very much like a sort of outside catering company.
But do you think that if you're the guest who's been spilt all over, wet and dirty, that he would have turned round and said, you're fired?
It's a very nasty thing to do, because it's only an accident.
And you were 20.
You were full of apologies at this moment.
Of course I was full of apologies. I had some spillage on me, but I didn't, bang on
Didn't
about
blame her.
that.
That was probably a wise course not to go, what are you doing, you stupid bitch? Standing right in my way!
He's telling the truth.
You think he's telling the truth?
I think he is telling the truth.
What do you
But
think?
he is a brilliant actor.
Thank you.
Well, he's
You
an
are.
actor. I mean, with the greatest respect, we're not talking about Robert De Niro, are we? It's Martin Clunes. I mean...
Is he going to do Robert De Niro now?
I can't do him.
Go on, have a stab.
That's all I can do.
That was a monkey. Robert De Niro as a monkey. He's very versatile. He could do a monkey that well.
What's that? Al Pacino? OK. Tom
You're Robert De Niro, that isn't it, with longer arms?
No, Al Pacino is... OK, Pacino, OK? What do you got?
That's Columbo.
Yes!
Actually, to be fair to him, when you stand up, it is a very good Ronnie Corbett.
Yeah.
So who's guessing? If that ends up in the show, I'm gone. Come on, everybody. Let's have a guess.
Well, I think you instinctively think it's true.
I'm going to go with true.
Well, I haven't got a clue. So...
I can only go with Fern.
well, I think yes. Let's go with you.
OK, we're going with Fern, and you're saying that it's true. Martin Clunes, our greatest living actor. Were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
I was telling a porcupine.
I recite my times tables every night before bed.
Why?
Because I've always been rubbish at maths. It just doesn't go in my head. My brain doesn't compute that way. And I can learn loads and loads of lines if I'm acting, but I've never been able to get my times tables in. And I thought, before I die, I want to be able to do my times tables. And also, when you go to a sale and you go shopping, when it says 75% off a dress or 40%, I can't work that out. I know it's thick and I feel embarrassed because I'm sitting next to you and you've got to tell me.
I'm a famous mathematician. I'm actually, my secret identity is percentage man.
But I thought, I don't want to die and not be able to do my times tables.
Could you recite them now, then?
Before I go to bed, my husband lies next to me and I say, I do them, and then I say,
It's
right,
nice to see the
fire them
romance,
at
isn't
me.
it? I tell you what, dear, it's cold in the valleys, isn't it? Don't worry, I've got a game that'll cheer us up. What'd you start? What's the first one? It's not your 2 times table, is it?
Yeah,
Oh, my
it is.
goodness.
I've gone as far as about my 6, and I get to 7. Don't go in.
What's 7 times 5?
I'm gonna. Oh God, this is so embarrassing.
35.
35. That is why I'm doing it. That's why I'm learning that.
Yeah, but you might have dyscalculus, like me, so you're not thick.
Have what?
Dyscalculus, same as dyslexia, so that's what I've got.
Yeah, right.
That is.
I've got shorterless.
Well, that's true.
Don't you come round here giving it any of that, sweetheart. You'll be barred from this bloody pub, all right?
But that is true, you might have that. You're not thick.
Oh,
If there are
yeah.
any kids watching, you're not thick if you can't add up.
Well, you're a bit thick, aren't you?
Well, I mean, it's a bit late, isn't it?
You're not bright, let's put it like that.
Do you do it every single night without fail? Even if you come in really pissed, you still do it? You're getting on the times table?
Yeah, I still try to do it, yeah.
How bad does if there's a dress for 80 quid and it says 50% off, will you struggle?
Right, well, this is right. No, that would be £40, wouldn't it? But I've got to check with you when I say it. I can't just say straight off.
What I often find, actually, is in shops, when they take a percentage off the original price, they will also tell you the subsequent price. It's quite a minority of shops make you work it out. If you get it wrong, that's what you pay. Even if it's less than they wanted to charge. They go, I hope we don't get one of those dyscalculus people in. I thought it was 50p. Had to sell it to me.
So, Lee, what are you going to say? Is she telling the truth?
What have you cracked? Which one do you think you've...
I've cracked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You mean you've learned how to count? OK, you cracked the ones, the twos.
And I cracked 7 the other night.
Right, give us the 7 times table.
But I can't do it now, I can't remember it. 1 7 is 7. Oh, foul, this is like my worst nightmare. 1 7 is 7, 2 7s are 14, 3 7s are 21, 4 7s are 28, 5 7s, now this is where all 5 7s are 35, 6 7s are 42, 7 7s are 40, right, this is 49, 8 7s are 54, 52.
Higher.
58. 56.
Okay.
What was that? 9 7s to 56, 10 7s to 70, 11 7s to 77, 12 7s to 84, 88, 92.
Right, so...
Don't tell me! It's not the Jeremy Kyle show! 7 times table!
I think this could be a cracking new round.
Lee, is it the truth?
I think it's a lie.
Why do you think it's a lie?
Why would anybody do that at night? That's the last thing you need before you go to bed.
I think it's true.
Patsy thinks it's
Patsy's
true.
going to stick on true.
We'll go with Patsy, though.
All right, then, so, Joe, truth or lie?
That is true.
Yes, it's true. Actually, Joe, I've got a mental arithmetic problem for you. If you take one husband and recite multiplication tables at him 7 nights a week, how many divorce lawyers will he need?
Occasionally, as a treat, I put Marmite on my face and let my dog lick it off.
Face.
And this is a treat for you or the dog?
I see it as a treat for the dog, because...
How does he see it?
Like many people, I don't... Apparently also very much as a treat.
What kind of dog, please?
She's a Springer Spaniel.
You say this is predominantly for the dog. You must enjoy it on some level, because that's quite an extreme activity to do with...
I've always
just for a dog.
I've always liked having my face licked by the family dog. Always.
By just the dog? Anyone else?
Well, cats have a raspy, sandpapery tongue, and it's not nearly so nice.
Have you ever been caught in that awkward moment where you've marmited up and then somebody's rung the doorbell?
By members of the household, but not by strangers at the door.
Do dogs like Marmite?
Dolly does.
I'm not sure that's a helpful line of inquiry, is it?
Do dogs like...
They like salt.
Of course
that's
it's
why
a
they
helpful
lick.
line of
Is it a
inquiry.
helpful line of
If
inquiry?
all dogs hate Marmite, it can't be true.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody on the planet that could answer that question properly.
You don't think there's anyone
on the planet that could answer the question, do all dogs like Marmite? No, I don't think there is.
I don't want this to sound like a rebuke. What I was saying was whether anyone knew whether or not all dogs might hate Marmite. You'd know if all dogs...
That's very much just the other side of the coin, in my book.
No, this isn't a coin. There are three things. There's dogs all hate Marmite,
Yes.
there's dogs all like Marmite,
Yes.
or there's dogs have a similar view to Marmite as humans do.
Yeah, what, let me know hate it? Rod, as someone who's now in Series 4, you never get into conversations like this with David. He always wins or wears you down. Just don't do it. Surely it is almost certainly true that some dogs will like Marmite and some won't.
No. For example, I would say that no cats like baked beans.
Would you? No! You're definitely wrong about that.
For 2 hours, my cat got stuck in a fridge and genuinely ate a bowl of baked beans. Genuine, I swear on my life.
How did the cat get stuck in the...
The cat, I don't know, just leapt in when my mum opened it once.
And then and you didn't see it?
And
She didn't see a cat in the fridge?
She did that. Probably got some milk, cat jumped in, shut.
Well, she got the milk for the cat, and then where's the cat? Have you seen the cat?
Maybe I'm wrong about cats and baked beans. What I'm saying is there are some foods liked by many humans that certain other species will never eat.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is different species like different things, and
No,
it is possible.
You said that
It is
the things that humans eat, that other animals, all other animals, the species...
We've got to
wouldn't
learn
like.
to work together.
Well,
yeah, you really have.
Well, in that case, you need to change your opinion.
This programme has taken on a tone of civil unrest. I sense anarchy at the gates. David, I'll caution you once. Control your team.
I'm going to have to call in the UN. I can no longer vouch for my team.
Excuse me, what
I'm
have
sorry.
I done?
I feel like a supply teacher who's been parachuted into a problem school. And is finding it very difficult to cope. Hugh, your original statement was to do with the dog licking off your face. Now, how often does this occur?
It's something I started doing as a kid because it was a good way to... That was several
Good
dogs...
way to what?
to get the family dog to lick my face.
So, David Mitchell, what are you saying? Truth or lie?
Rod, what do you think?
Oh, no.
I think whatever my captain thinks, I will back him to the hilt.
Oh, my word.
Can I just say that he just touched David's leg in a slightly effeminate manner? Like that.
If that's what it takes to have them working as a team, Miranda, I'm happy.
That whole round was sexual tension, is that what you're doing?
Is that sexual tension?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't like it. Miranda, what do you think?
I think it is a lie because he doesn't look that desperate for affection in his life.
It has to be a lie, David, otherwise there's something wrong with him.
So you both think it's a lie?
Yes.
Yes.
OK, we'll say lie.
There's a lot riding on this
All
one.
right. So, Hugh Fernley Whittingstall.
It was a lie.
It's Lee.
Every year, I mark the anniversary of the death of my goldfish by pouring a shot of brandy into my pond.
Did this tradition predate the death of your goldfish?
No.
No.
That was not the cause of the death.
Were there other fish that survived?
Yeah. I've got a pond in the garden.
Yes.
And the pond has nothing to do with the death of the goldfish.
But how many fish were in the pond? Just one?
I'm not going to say this again, Bernard.
Was the goldfish in the pond when it died?
No.
Sorry, a goldfish was not a pond goldfish, it was a bowl goldfish, was it? Or a tank goldfish?
It was a tree goldfish, actually.
Where did he live?
The goldfish lived in a bowl. The goldfish bowl.
If the goldfish lived in a bowl...
Correct!
Why do you commemorate its death by pouring brandy into an alternative goldfish habitat? We don't have...
Because when the goldfish died, the bowl went.
Do any fish live in the pond?
Are there currently any fish in the pond? Because if you pour brandy into a pond...
They're going to die as well.
They're going to die as well. So it's a legitimate question.
There was at no point, right, did the original fish die due to brandy being poured into...
But now...
There's fish in the pond,
right?
But the amount of brandy that I pour into the pond is like the weakest cordial you could ever drink.
Fish, Lee, fish are drinking all the time.
Yes.
Not brandy!
Not alcohol,
Brandy if it's in the bloody water.
Yes, but it's then not brandy, is it? Brandy is...
Well, it's brandy and water.
No, it's
It's a weak brandy and water.
No, it's brandy diluted is no longer brandy.
So you're saying when you put soda in brandy, you'll make it no longer brandy?
Soda in brandy? You put soda in brandy,
Brandy and soda, yes.
What kind of 1970s porn world are you living in?
Just one last question. Why do you commemorate the death of a goldfish?
Right.
It doesn't matter, the death of a goldfish.
Oh, it
Not
doesn't
many
matter to
people
you,
care. No, it doesn't matter. It absolutely doesn't matter to me, but I suspect it doesn't matter to you either.
Oh, and it doesn't matter to me, but it matters to the wife. The wife loved that goldfish like a husband.
And so she said, do me a favour, my beloved husband, show your respect for this fish I so loved by annually pouring a shot of brandy into the pond of these other fish who I secretly hate and wish to destroy.
So with that in mind, David, what are you going to say?
Bernard.
He's a liar.
Patrick?
It's true.
No, it's not. He's a liar.
You're saying it's a lie?
Yes.
OK, Lee, is it true what you've just told us, or is it a lie?
It's absolutely a lie.
In my garden, I have a life-size statue of myself astride a unicorn.
Seems reasonable enough, David.
Where do you get one? I mean,
it was
I
a
want
prop
one.
from a show. A prop from a show I did. It's not made of stone, it's made from polystyrene or something, but it's been painted. It's a bit weather-worn now.
And what was the show?
It was it was a New Year's Eve thing for Channel 4, Hello 1993 or something.
Well, why did Hello 1993 need a statue of you on a unicorn?
Well, it was the 90s.
You touch it up every now and again, every spring, give the repaint, or...
I have a man for that sort of thing.
Oh, right.
You don't have to touch up its horn yourself?
No.
Did you ask for the unicorn, or was that forced on you?
Well, it was part of the set. You know, like you have these sort of bumper car things for this set.
Yes, I see that.
When this comes to an end, you may want to take one of those home. Same.
I'd like to have this in my house, and I'd like to address my wife from it every night. On to round 3, foreplay, and if you get through that, who knows what might happen. So it's in the garden. Is it part of a water feature? Is it on a lawn?
It's on a plinth, on a a few bricks.
A few bricks.
Which is it? A plinth or a few bricks? Because when cars have had their wheels taken, they don't say, "Oh, look, that car's on a plinth."
Well, I call it a plinth.
How nice.
What do you think then, David?
Yes, what do you think, Ronnie?
I think it might be a lie.
Really?
Would it be in the garden for this long, I asked myself.
Well, it could... I mean, it could be in a bit of a state.
Seriously dilapidated.
Yeah. A sort of a decaying image of yourself on you. That'd be quite a reminder of your own mortality on top of a mythical beast.
I have a similar thing in my house. It's called a mirror. So what are you going to say, David?
I think it's true. I thought it was true from the first time we said it. I didn't need any backup.
You think it's a lie?
I think it's true.
I think it's a lie.
Well, I think on balance, I think it's true.
OK, David's saying it's true. Julian, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
It was a lie.
Oh.
Yes, it's a lie. Julian doesn't have a life-size statue of himself astride a unicorn in his garden. The traditional method for hunting a unicorn is for a fair maiden to sit alone upon the grass, and after a time the unicorn will approach. This is also the traditional method for catching flashers. Kevin, you're next.
I once accidentally bought a horse.
Sorry? You bought a what?
A horse.
A horse? Sorry, I missed the S.
You claim that you once accidentally bought a horse. Am I right?
You're right.
Right, fine. We're all clear. Under what circumstances? What did you think you were buying?
I never thought I was buying anything. I thought I was renting.
Did you think you were renting a horse?
Yes.
Right. So you paid to rent a horse, and then at the end, when you tried to return the horse, they said, "What the hell are you doing? I've been trying to get rid of Psycho for years."
That's pretty much it.
How long had you imagined that you were going to rent it for?
We thought we were going to rent it for like 25 minutes.
And did they charge you?
It was in Bulgaria on holiday.
OK, so what did it cost in local Bulgarian currency?
What is the local Bulgarian currency?
It was 200 lev. Lev, L-E-V. I don't know how you pronounce it, but lev.
200 lev.
200
How
Bulgarian.
much is that in sterling, roughly?
Roughly, I
At
think
the
it's
time?
At the time, I think it was at £90. So we thought it was a good deal.
£90 for 25 minutes?
For 25 minutes on a horse.
But you said we thought we were going to rent it for 25 minutes.
There was me and my friend.
So you
It
were
was a
going to
lad's holiday, we were 18, we thought
we
we'll go horse riding.
In Bulgaria?
In Bulgaria.
Did you question the odd sort of time slots they were going for?
No,
I've never been pony trekking, but I imagine they sort of rent you the horse for perhaps a couple of hours.
Well,
or at least a solid half hour.
You get 25 minutes and then the horse needs a break for 5 minutes and then somebody
And then
else
you keep
comes.
the horse forever.
Well, I never knew that.
What happened when you tried to take it back?
The guy explained to us that the guy was gone. The guy...
Never say the phrase on this game. The guy explained to us that he'd gone.
Well, there was two.
Never say that.
There was two different guys. There was two guys.
Go through me if you want to speak to my client.
There was guy A. Guy A.
That's a Bulgarian name.
It's very well known. The most famous Bulgarian name.
Guy Dimitri. I think that... No, guy A. And guy B. Right?
Right.
We thought we were going horse riding and we were heading towards the place where you actually hire the horse.
Stables?
The official... the stables.
Right? Honestly, even I think he's making it up, and I'm on his team.
Bit of patience, Brian. Come on, right. We met a guy on the way who had a horse, and we thought he was doing that thing in Asda when you've got a shopping trolley and you're taking it back and somebody else needs a trolley and you say, "Oh, do you want this one?" So we thought the guy was saying,
"I don't need to go all the way to the actual stable. I'm from the stable, so just hire this horse."
That's what the guy said?
Yeah.
So we thought, all right, there was a bit of a communication breakdown. There was a Bulgarian guy trying to speak English and two Scottish guys trying to speak English. So we thought the guy had gave us the horse to ride and come back in 25 minutes.
Were you not surprised that... I mean, I've never been on holiday to Bulgaria, but I imagine that things would be a bit cheaper in Bulgaria than in Britain. Were you not surprised that it cost you the equivalent of £90 to hire a horse for 25 minutes?
It was 25 minutes each, so it was two of us.
Yeah. Right.
So we chipped in for a horse. For 25 minutes each.
But still, even if you thought you were going to get 25 minutes each, that's a lot, isn't it?
Oh, it's an hour. You need to give the horse a break, as I said.
But let's forget about the 25 minutes.
Just forget about the horse.
Let's forget about the horse, yeah.
That's absolutely, obviously bullshit. You take the horse back. Guy B, who's the guy you met on the way to the stables...
He's gone.
He's gone. No
gone.
sign of him.
No, he's gone.
So you say to Guy A, well, we hired this as part of your not bothering to actually go to the stables but getting it a few hundred yards away scheme. We hired this horse for 25 minutes at an extortionate rate. Nevertheless, here it is. And what did he say?
We went back to the place where we picked up the horse.
Oh, so not to the stable?
No.
But to the random
We never got
point
right.
in the road? 100 yards from the stable, thinking bewilderedly, where has the mysterious man gone? I would have thought that logically, when you were returning it, having thought that it had come from the stable, but you'd been lucky not to have to walk to the stable before hiring it, you might nevertheless have thought, well, the stable's where it's got to go back to, rather than, well, Sodom, this is where we picked it up from, I'm not actually taking the stable. I'm going to stand here, 300 yards away from the stable, go, come over here! Come and get your own horse! At which point locals start waving, going, no! You keep!
Kevin, look at me. You're taking the horse back.
Look at me!
What happened next?
Come on, Kevin. Come on! Right. So where are we taking off from?
You're taking the horse back.
Let's go back to the start.
Kevin Bridges, for the love of God, please tell us what happened.
Right. We bought a horse. We thought we'd rented the horse. We'd done the horse riding, took it back to the initial place we picked up the horse.
Yes.
Locals explained we'd went to a counterfeit horse guy. It wasn't the official horse riding stable.
This was a counterfeit horse. This wasn't a genuine horse. This was maybe two guys in a costume.
That would explain the 25 minutes.
Yeah.
I can't only do 25 minutes.
The giveaway was after 25 minutes, I won't win. Right, let's crack on, lads.
So, David's team. What do you think? Truth or lie?
I mean, the trouble with this game is it plays tricks with your mind. But I don't think it's true. You don't really.
It's got to be, hasn't
It's
it?
got to be a lie.
Got to be a lie.
Yeah.
Saying it's a lie. Right, so here we go. It really is.
Here's the moment.
This is more than any other episode I've done of this show. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Kevin Bridges, is it true or is it a lie?
It's true.
Unbelievable.
I once secretly swapped sandwiches with Rob on the set of Gavin and Stacey because a dog licked mine.
Is that right? Seriously? Well, we don't know yet, do we?
What was the dog doing on the set?
It was a dog that we feature in the show, Gavin and Stacey.
Called?
Oh,
No, what's the show called?
Gavin and Stacey.
Is there a dog in Gavin and Stacey?
Yes, he runs
The one that runs along the promenade? Oh, yeah.
Did it have any negative effects on Rob?
Do you think that's the sort of effect it's likely to have? A dog is licked, that you would slowly become a dog? I think it's been more some sort of bacterial infection than actually morphing into a canine.
Well, here's the thing. A young student in America, Peter Parker, got bitten by a radioactive spider.
What was the sandwich?
Cheese and onion.
And you let me eat it?
Well, it was a bit of a bet. It was a... Look,
So everybody was in on it?
It's prompted a confession in me. We're having people over for dinner, and our dog got onto the table and started eating one of the starters, but while everyone else was having drinks. And my wife just got it out of its mouth again and put it and just patted it, and so I made sure Rob sat there. Sorry, Rob.
Not true. No. Never been to his house.
No, never will.
So when did the dog just take one lick and off he went?
It was the sandwiches at tea time that come at tea time.
Let's call them the tea time sandwiches.
What?
You heard.
And there's a big platter of them. I put some on my plate. I put it down to go make myself a cup of tea. The dog...
You put it down on what?
It was one of those, you know, those big tables, trestle tables. Anyway, I saw the dog out the corner of my eye lick the sandwich.
You said a trestle table, though. Trestle tables are quite reasonable. They're not coffee tables, they're high up. That dog must have actually got up on the table.
No, but it was a big dog.
Oh, he's got rabies!
I am. Look at this. It's coming out now that I know about it.
I should move on because Rob wants to go for a walk.
I'm amazed I've been allowed up on the furniture, to be honest. Lee, on that note, let's take a guess here.
I think Ruth is too nice to have done this, but on the other hand, there's a little bit of guilt there. There's a little bit of guilt.
Come on, it's hardly the JFK conspiracy. A dog licked a sandwich. I believe that would happen.
Like JFK. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Jack, what do you think?
I say true.
You say true?
True.
You say true? I'll have to go with the team and say true.
You're saying true. Ruth, is it true or is it a lie?
Rob? It's a lie!
Oh, thank God.
I would never do something like that.
Yeah, I think I'm glad. Yeah, OK.
I lied to my husband that I was good at tennis and had to have secret lessons when he arranged a doubles match.
Oh, all right, there we are. Lee?
Why would you lie to your husband about
Because he wasn't my husband at the time, and I was trying to...
Woo him?
Woo him. He's very sporty, so I told him I could ski.
And has he subsequently asked you to go skiing?
He took me skiing.
Did you have to learn to ski?
It was truly terrible. Well, somebody called Eust actually taught me how to ski.
Eust?
I can recommend Eust. Skiing. Yes, so, no, I went and booked some lessons.
And what was he called, the instructor?
God, I can't remember.
And yet Eust, like that.
Yeah, but Eust was like...
Keely, keep it together, it's falling apart.
Yeah, no, I can't remember.
What was the first thing you learnt on the tennis court?
How to bounce the ball.
And how do you bounce the ball? That was a quick bounce.
What do you mean? Well, it's only that big and it's only there to there.
Well, I think, you tell her, gravity would have taken a bit longer to get down and all, wouldn't it? We're playing on the moon.
It's not just gravity, you can get a bit of force.
You can impart an impulse to it, yeah.
That's it, impart an
The rate of change of momentum is proportional.
Don't push it. Did you win?
I got there and I feigned an ankle problem.
What
Because I saw, when I got there, how good they were going to be.
So...
It was to impress him. I didn't think he'd start involving other people.
Is he a man for involving other people in general?
Right, we're not at a physicists' convention now. We'll keep this clean, please.
Yeah.
Now, listen here. Did your husband ever find out about these secret lessons?
I told him.
You came clean?
I came clean on the night that I made him dinner, pretended that I'd cooked it, and then he...
Your whole life is a fabrication, isn't it?
I did it to him in the dark, and then he found the Tesco Express box.
Oh, no.
And then it all came out.
Did it?
I said, I can't play tennis, and I can't cook.
My name's not Jeff.
So what are you going to say, Lee? Truth or lie?
True or lie?
I think it's true. I
true?
believe that.
What do we think?
True.
I'll have to go with the team then. I'll say that.
So you're saying it's true? Oh, all right. Keely, truth or lie?
It's absolutely true.
Well done, team. I was doubting that one. Nice work.
Yes, it's true. Keely did lie to her husband that she was good at tennis, and she did have to have secret lessons when he arranged a doubles match. I had a relationship go wrong because I couldn't play tennis. Looking back, I should never have told that bloke I was Sue Barker.